Hello, hello, it's Agnes Vivarelli, and today I'm going to do a YouTube which was requested by Destinez Gal. Now the question is, can you make a YouTube to make someone love me deeply? So I want to address this because I do actually get a lot of emails that say a very similar thing. And about that, I want to say this. If you are wanting someone to love you, not that there's fully anything wrong with that, but there's still a component of that question that you're wanting to get love from the outside. Now, when someone loves you, there needs to be a few things in place. There has to be the self-love in place first, okay? And to get that, you do self-love meditations, you do affirmations, you do really just good self-talk throughout the day, okay? So that's the first thing. And secondly, once you get into that state where you're feeling a lot of self-love, then you go to the second part, which is radiating love out to your person, okay? You cannot get love from someone if you're needy, if you're desperate, if you're in longing. Even those of you that say, I really need them, I really, really love them, but I can't convince them, or they're not listening, or they've blocked me, or if someone has blocked you, if someone has told you to basically get away from them, it is usually because you have been incredibly needy, they have felt incredibly suffocated, and they see that you say the words I love you, but really what you're trying to do is get love from them. And people can feel that, okay? No matter what your words are, no matter whether you say you love, the feeling of neediness, the feeling of longing, the feeling of I need to get love from you is the one big thing that pushes is a better way of saying it, people away from you. Okay, when someone feels that you've got your own self-love and that they can just come towards you because you've got your own self-love on board and you've got enough for you and you've got enough to give love to them, I can tell you, people like being around you a lot more, okay? Needy people repel getting love. Now, it's good, Destinez Gal, that you have asked this question because you're not the only one. This is a good reflection of a lot of people's questioning about this. And so, yeah, I'm going to recap. You do your self-love meditations. You say to yourself, I love you. You say it hundreds of times a day until you can feel it and you are in a state of being able to not only feel it but radiate it out to your person. Sounds simple, but when we're feeling unloved, we think we have to get love from someone else, and as soon as you're in that state and doing all that crazy addict behavior of stalking people on social media, ringing them 100 times a day and driving them mad, getting annoyed when you send them messages and they don't reply, that isn't very attractive behavior. So you have to start to intervene on your own self, meet your own needs, and then you're in a much better position to be emotionally more attractive. Because at the end of the day, that's what it becomes. It becomes emotionally unattractive when you're doing that stuff, and it repels your person. And the thing is, even if you had somebody new, eventually it repels them too, because it's kind of your base way of doing things when you start to go into fear. So really, really bump up your self-love and stop trying to get other people to love you deeply. I can guarantee once you do your self-love, once you radiate it out, the people are there because it's a vibrational match. You are feeling loved, therefore you get loved. You are what you feel. If you feel loved, you are. If you feel secure, you are. If you feel worthy, you are. If you feel deserving, you are. If you feel the opposite of those things, if I feel insecure, you are. If you feel unconfident, you are. If you feel unloved, you are. And on it goes. It's the same thing. So whatever you feel is what you are. So therefore, work on how you feel, work on how you think, work on what you believe, even if you need to write it down. Okay? So that's it for today. I have got a pile of requests from many of you. I'm working through them slowly. And yeah, I haven't forgotten you. It is getting harder and harder to keep up with the requests because there's more and more with more and more subscribers. There's over 1,625 of you, I think. So it is taking me more time. And to answer a couple of questions, yes, I do email coaching. I don't do it for free anymore. I also do one-on-one on Skype. I don't do that for free either. I cannot sustain 3 to 4 hours worth of free giving anymore because there's so many of you. So now those services are paid. It is what I do for work, and it is also just part of my everyday. So the YouTubes, of course, continue to be free information to all of you. The once a month Q&A, where you can ask anything you like, is still free there for all of you. And yeah, there's 3 courses up for those of you wanting to do anything with a specific person. They're in the playlists on my channel, so you can access those for free as well. All right, lots of love to you, and I hope that clarifies a little bit of what is going on with that. Okay, ciao.